up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the DC Universe animated movie Reign of the Superman. Now this is part 2 of the Death of Superman storyline, which occurred in comics, and they already had like a film of this particular storyline, which is known as the Death of Superman, which I actually have right here. This is like the first half of it, but now they also have the second version, which is known as the Reign of Superman. Now I actually got to see this in theaters, which was probably like the Phantom events, with like the double feature, which consists of the Death of Superman and also this new film, the Reign of Superman. So I actually got to watch both of them again because I already had seen the Death of Superman, so I actually got to watch both of these like in the theater at the same time, which is kind of cool, And it was long, almost like 3 hours, so I thought that was kind of awesome, because after this went off, after the Death of Superman went off, they brought on the Reign of the Superman, Now, this film is, of course, it's continuing the storyline. We know that Superman, like, it's a spoiler alert, if you have never read the story or if you don't know what happened, Of course, Superman is dead. He had died, like, in a conflict with Doomsday, who came from, like, outer space, And in this film, like, a bunch of Superman just show up and, like, take his place, And I kind of am familiar with this story from, like, the comics, You got Superboy who shows up still, Cyborg, Superman, and Eradicator. All of them show up, to actually take his place, So people are wondering which one is the real Superman and so on. Can they trust these Superman and so on, and everything like that. Now, the previous characters from like Lex, Lois Lane, and so on, all of them return like in this film too as well. They're voiced by the same actors and actresses too as well. Now you have like a new cast of characters brought in. It's like the voices of like Superboy. He's voiced by Cameron Monaghan, who plays the Jeremiah character on Gotham. He is voicing Superboy, and you also have Chris Williams, who plays Black Lightning. On the CW series, he's actually playing voicing the character of Steel, which I think is pretty cool. Now I'm not going to touch on all the different actors and actresses because it's like a lot of familiar stars in the film providing the voices of these characters. But anyway, that's what the film is about. You have these various Supermen who show up, and they take over. They're not taking over, but they're doing like these good deeds. Some of them actually are doing like kind of, I guess you could say, bad deeds to a certain extent too as well. But of course, in the end, it's a spoiler. The original Superman and the actual real Superman does return. He does have one of the black, suit and the silver symbol that he had like in the comics too, which I think was kind of awesome too as well. But overall, in the end, I thought the film itself, I felt that the Death of Superman was actually kind of better than this one, Then it was kind of building to the events of what was going to happen, like with the Death of Superman and so on, and then these various Superman showing up to take his place. So when they actually got to this one, it felt like it was kind of like just rushing and just showing off all the various like Superman, It was still like decent, and it did still have some good action scenes, like whenever there's like fight sequences and stuff. I thought was awesome. I thought he did a pretty good job with like the character of Steel too as well. It's like he has like a strong presence. Even Superboy, I think both of them kind of really stood out among the Superman that were in the film. You had Superboy, and then you had Steel, and I thought it was actually the two of the best ones. Even like the Eradicator too as well. I thought he was pretty good. Like I said, overall, I still feel like the previous film, The Death of Superman, was actually better than this particular film, But it kind of holds its own, And then once like the real Superman shows up, and returns, I thought he was pretty good. Even the character of like Lois Lane, and like Lex Luthor and so on, I thought they were like pretty good too as well. Like they have strong presence and like character development in the film itself, So I think they were pretty good, But overall, in the end, like the animation, it was good. There's nothing really to actually like brag about. I thought it was pretty good. Not the best I've seen as far as like the DC films go, but it's still awesome seeing these like on a big screen. If you can, I would definitely recommend catching these on the big screen. But usually when they do these, they're using like Phantom events. They won't be in theaters too long. But it is all without a question more better seeing these like on a bigger screen. But yeah, in the end, the Reign of Superman, I think I kind of want to give it a C, but being that, I think because what kind of exhausted me in my review for it, is because I actually saw this with the Death of Superman too as well. So I saw this like in double featured mode. I actually saw this like as a standalone film. I think I'd probably be, more like, prep for it and so on, So I'm going to just give it a B-, and it does kind of like fit with the Death of Superman story, But it does still leave like some things I think kind of not really solved, and I could have been how it was like in the comics too, you know, because I didn't ever read the whole complete entire story, you know. I read when Superman actually had his confrontation with Doomsday and got killed, and when he returned, but I didn't read every single like story arc of each character, like Steel or like Superboy, you know, Eradicator, you know, Cyborg, Superman, and so on, you know. And yeah, like I said, Cyborg Superman, he stood out too as well. That was one I thought was really kind of running with like Steel and Superboy. His character actually kind of stood out, for my opinion, a little more too as well. And he was actually like the antagonist of this film too as well, you know, when you think about it. But yeah, I'm giving this film, like I said, a B-, and I would definitely recommend it for fans of like this Death of Superman storyline, or just these particular kind of films like dealing with Superman anyway, you know, in general, you know. But yeah, that's my review for this film, you know. Please leave a comment and subscribe to it as well.